Coming to you from the work desk, it's day 12 and it's time for a quick strike. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dohyo. This, of course, is a quick strike, a small, tapa-sized, amuse-bouche of an episode that we release mid-Basho to keep us hungry for more sumo. But beware, for spoilers abound. If you have not watched through day 12 of the July 2025 tournament, stop! Watch through day 12 and return to us. So this has been a July Basho full of surprises, twists, and turns. And we end up on day 12 with two Maegashira on the leaderboard. Maegashira 1, Onishki, and Maegashira 15, Koto. Yes, a lot has changed since the day 7 quick strike. So, as I mentioned before, Onishki has already faced the entire Sanyaku. So, who's he going to be facing down the stretch? Well, with only 3 days left, tomorrow he gets Ichiyamamoto, who of course lost today to Onosato in a very interesting match we're going to talk about in a moment. So in the last 2 days, I'm pretty sure he's going to face off against Koto at some point, and then either one of the Atami Fuji or Kusano group that wins the most. And not only has Onishki now faced the entire Sanyaku, but he does control his own destiny from here on out, assuming he faces Koto, which I'm almost positive he will. And yeah, with his 10th win and with Oshoma's less than stellar debut at Komusubi, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Onishki now has punched his ticket to make his Sanyaku debut in September. Congratulations. The question for Onishki for the final 3 days is his mental game strong enough at age 21 to be able to claim his first Yusho? Yeah, I think at this point he has to be considered the favorite because, as I said, he controls his own destiny going forward. Now, I am a little less optimistic about Koto, and though he's been in Makauchi on and off since 2020, this is only his third time with double-digit wins in the top division. The last time was January 2023 when he pulled off that June Yusho versus Takakeisho. So yes, we have seen Koto excel from down in the Maegashira ranks before. I'm not optimistic that he's going to be able to keep up this winning streak up at the top of the Banzuke. I think today he got a little lucky against Takayasu. I mean, he did win. It was a completely fair win. But I think if you run that match 5 more times, Takayasu probably wins 4 of them. And because Koto has not faced the entire Sanyaku yet, the rest of his days in this tournament are going to be very full of contenders. So today he's going to get Onosato, and I again am not optimistic. And after Onosato, I'm reasonably sure he's going to get Onishki in one of his final 2 days. He has already faced Kusano, but he has not yet faced Ichiyamamoto or Atami Fuji, and he hasn't faced any of the close following Sanyaku. So you could see him face someone like Kirishima or Wakataka Kage down the stretch. But yes, as of right now, between Onishki and Koto, I'd say Onishki is wrestling far better and has the easier schedule moving forward. So that would be my bet of the two. And one win down at 9-3, we have 4 wrestlers currently tied for third. New Yokozuna Onosato, Maegashira 8 Ichiyamamoto, Maegashira 10 Atami Fuji, and Maegashira 14 Kusano. So the last time we did a quick strike, Onosato only had 1 loss, and since then he has given up 2 kinboshi. It looks like I spoke a little too soon when I said that Onosato has gotten over his pull-happy tendencies. So yeah, it has already cost him 3 kinboshi, and it almost cost him again today versus Ichiyamamoto, but fortunately, I think there was a very kind Tori Naoshi given, since I think it could have been very easily given the win to Ichiyamamoto through the dead body rule, but I think the Tori Naoshi was good for a very, very close match, and it did show that I think Onosato is the better wrestler than Ichiyamamoto, but it did hurt a little bit seeing Ichiyamamoto's chance to get a kinboshi not quite pan out. As I mentioned, today he gets Koto, and I am expecting him to win that match. After that, rank-wise, he should be facing Wakataka Kage and Kotozakura, but Kotozakura's not really in the Yusho race right now, so I would expect if either Atami Fuji or Kusano stays in the hunt, he would end up facing them some point in the last 2 days. I do think Ono Sato has a better chance to take this Yusho than Koto Shoho does, but unfortunately, he has already faced Onishki. He beat him, but he has managed to drop a win behind him, so he does need someone else to put dirt on Onishki for him to force at least a playoff. And could that person be? Also 9-3, Maegashira, 8, Ichi Yamamoto. He's having the tournament of his life, but I just don't think his ceiling is going to be high enough to be able to squeak out this Yusho. I mean, in the last 2 days, he's been promoted aggressively. He's faced 2 Sanyaku members, and he is 0-2 against them. And today he gets Onishki, who I think should be able to take care of him without too much trouble. But as I said, this has been the tournament of Ichi Yamamoto's career to this point. So I'm not quite willing to stick a fork in him. But going into this tournament, if you'd said that, like, yeah, he's going to get promoted aggressively, like, up in the final weekend, I would have said then, I don't think he's going to do too well. And so far, he hasn't. So he's already faced Atami Fuji, but has not faced Kusano. So I'd say in his last 2 days, he's probably likely to face Kusano and then one of either Kirishima or Wakataka Kage. Maegashira 10, Atami Fuji. Ugh, just the second I got off the Atami Fuji hype train, he manages to come back with an excellent Basho. Very, very happy for the young man. I hope he can keep this up, the momentum of this, for a little while, and hopefully make that Sanyaku debut I predicted for him about a year ago. He gets Kotozakura today, and if he beats Kotozakura, I'm pretty sure he will also be in the facing Onishki line soon. But other than that, he still hasn't faced Kusano, and he has not faced Ono Sato. So if he wins today against Kotozakura, I think we're going to see him facing the best possible opponents down the stretch, and I would say that might be Ono Sato and Onishki. And the last of the third placers, Maegashira 14, Kusano. As predicted, excellent tournament so far. Excellent chance still to cross that 10-win mark, even though he is now getting promoted very aggressively for a guy in his Makauchi debut. He gets Kirishima today. He has not yet faced Onishki or Ichi Yamamoto, so those could be possibilities in the last 2 days. He also has not faced Kotozakura or Ono Sato yet, so we could see that if he starts winning again down the stretch. But it is his first time. I think he's going to win one of his last 3, but we will see how well he does today against Kirishima. Now, we have a bunch of people, one win down at 8-4. Specifically, I want to talk about the Sekiwake, Kirishima and Wakataka Kage. So at this point, they've both got Kachikoshi, so they will both be extending the Ozeki run, but I don't think either of them is going to achieve Ozeki by the end of the tournament. The only chance we have there would be Wakataka Kage winning out and possibly beating Ono Sato. I think if he manages to do that, he'd get some Ozeki consideration, but as of right now, I don't think 11's going to do it without a Jun Yusho, and I don't think 11-4 is going to get the Jun Yusho this time. And I was a little surprised to see Wakataka Kage get Ura today when he hasn't faced Ono Sato or Kirishima yet. So I am expecting the 2 remaining Sekiwake to pair off, and I would love to see Wakataka Kage face off against Ono Sato, but if Wakataka Kage loses today, I could absolutely understand why he wouldn't be facing Ono Sato. Ono Sato would probably be facing people who were still in the Yusho hunt at that point. And Kirishima gets Kusano today. He has not yet faced Wakataka Kage, so I think that's going to be an extra one. And then I think Kirishima is going to get whichever of the Maegashira leader group keeps winning over the next 2 days. Now let's take a preview on who might be headed on that midnight train to Judio. It looks like we have at least 5 wrestlers who have earned demotion with their records, and a couple more who are in danger if they keep up their losing ways. Definitely earning demotion would be Maegashira 16 East Kaya with only 2 wins. Maegashira 15 West Hideno Umi with only 1 win. He went Kyujo and then came back. And then Maegashira 7 West Endo with basically no wins because of a Kyujo. Then we have the Maegashiras 17, Kotoeho, and Shishi. They both have 4 wins. They both have earned their Makekoshi at this point, but we have seen a 7 and 8 hold people at that bottom rank if there weren't enough promotables. And right now, the Judio promotion case isn't looking that bright right now. But I would say 1 more loss for either of them would definitely seal the deal. And then Maegashira 9 West Chiyoshoma has 1 win, and Maegashira 8 East Sadano Umi has 2 wins. Right now, I think they are both in danger of demotion, but I think it would take probably 2 more losses for each of them to guarantee that. And again, we still need someone to have to promote, because right now, as of day 12, there are no automatic promotions from Judio that I can see. Now, Judio's 1 and 2 East, Nishikigi and Shonana Umi, both former Makauchi wrestlers, both of them are very, very close. Shonana Noumi has his Kachikoshi, but I think they would need one more win each to sort of like guarantee that winning record to get them up to Makuuchi. And then Juryo 1 West Ryuden, Juryo 2 West Tomokaze, Juryo 6 West Daiseisan, and Juryo 3 East Osho Umi, I think would all need at least 2 wins to get into that like safe promotion category. There are a few others who've got like 7 and 5s and they're up near the top, but they'd really have to win out and impress to, I think, get consideration at this point. I think we're probably going to see 1 or 2 veterans get some very, very favorable Bansake luck from Makuuchi and not get demoted this time, just because there hasn't been a lot of like lightning bolt talent down in Juryo this tournament. So, this has been a wild July Basho so far, and I cannot wait to talk about how it ends. So please, stay tuned to the channel. We will have our July wrap-up very soon after the tournament ends. But until then, thank you for joining us on this quick strike.